go, people. Real sweat. Okay, week 2's done. So going to go over the recap again, kind of give you a little bit on what I did workout wise and what I was trying to accomplish. So, you know, last week starting out was a little slower, a little harder, trying to be easy just starting back in. Don't want to go too fast. Don't want to overload yourself. If you're trying to get fit this year, you know, don't try to go from 0 to 100. Take your time. Add in exercises as you go along, add in repetitions. Last week was just about moving. This week was about moving and adding a little bit to each and every workout. Try to do some more repetitions, try to do some more sets, and then I also try to add in a couple of new exercises here and there where I could. And you kind of want to do the same thing. You know, take it slow and easy. Don't want to go from 0 to 100. Just want to take your time, ease back into it, let your body get used to it, and then gradually continue to challenge yourself. We got in 5 workouts this week, which is 1 more than last week. Week 1 we got in 4 workouts. This week we got in 5. What I've done is basically do the same kind of workouts that I've done in week 1, except just adding a little bit more to it, trying to go a little bit harder, but not trying to go crazy. I'm not 20 years old anymore, so you know, trying to take it be a little smart and not trying to do too much too fast. But definitely still want to challenge myself, definitely still want to push myself, but within the bounds of reason. Start out with on Thursday, did a TRX whole body workout. Really love the TRX. I love that suspension trainer. It adds a new dimension to body weight training. You know, one of the mantras is all core all the time, and that's something you'll find with the TRX when you use it, or if you use it, that you're really working that core, keeping that active plank throughout the movement. So it's a really good core exercise, even when you're doing bicep curls or you know, squats or anything like that. You're still engaging that core. So got the whole body exercise in with the TRX. Workout 2, did more body weight, same kind of body weight workout that I did last week. Just try to add a few more repetitions, try to add another exercise here and there, and try to get at least another whole set or partial set in beyond what I had got in before. The third workout, got in more rope pulls. The first time I did rope pulls, it was just really kind of hard going, getting started back. This week what I tried to do was bump it up some more. Actually got in several more pulls than I did last time, which was really good. It's good to start feeling like I'm loosening up a little bit and being able to move a little bit more. Stamina's coming up a little bit. So got in some more pulls this time. Really felt good to get that in. And then in my workout 4, I did sandbags. I like doing the sandbags. It's a whole different feel from doing regular weights. If you've never done sandbag training before, it's a different feel. Because of it being in a different position from the fulcrum or the pivot point, you feel a little different in the way that weight pulls against you. And it's a real good piece of equipment to use because you can jump from one exercise to the next very quickly. So you're not having to transition, taking a long time. You can just go from one exercise, change handle positions, go right into the next one. Really like that sandbag. And again, I added some more reps and more sets. And then the last one was the 5th workout. I got in the body weight. And again, just try to do some more sets and repetitions. So overall, a good week as far as workouts goes. Feeling a little bit better, feeling, you know, a little bit looser, a little bit stronger. Stamina starting to come back a little bit. And it'll do the same thing with you. You just got to give it time. It just depends on if you've worked out before. If you haven't, if you've never worked out before, it's going to take you probably a little bit longer. If you've worked out before, but it's been a while, you know, that muscle has memory. So as you start back, it'll get easier as you go along. So don't give up. Just keep going on. As far as the food goes, you know, the food was pretty similar to last week. A couple of little different things. We try not to to go too crazy with food. We kind of find foods that we like. My wife likes to prepare. They're simple, they're quick, they're easy to separate and put in containers and carry with us. So we kind of stick with a short variety of food, but every now and then she'll throw in a little twist here and there. Stuck with for breakfast, still haven't got into the cooking breakfast yet, still working on that. But did the Ezekiel bread with some all-natural peanut butter and a little bit of all-natural strawberry preserve. Got in some tuna patties this week. Those are really neat. Using tuna patties and using some olive oil, kind of frying it up or searing it in the pan. Makes it a little crisp on the outside. Really like that. Got brown rice and black bean mix again with some spinach. Did some lean hamburger patties this week. You know, you don't have to give up hamburger, you just have to eat healthier. So we try to use that 93 to 96% lean hamburger meat. Got in some sweet potato cubes with some nice spices in it. And then we also did a roast beef that my wife makes. It's a really lean cut. I think it's an eye of round. It's a really lean cut of beef. And she does that, prepares it so that it's not overdone. If you have to warm it up, it's not too dry. So it's really neat to get that in this week. Got it in, she made a brown rice with some tomatoes and peppers, which added some spice. And by the way, you don't have to make everything healthy bland. It can be flavorful. You can add spices to it. So don't think that if you're trying to eat healthy that it has to taste bad or be all bland or dried out. You can still have very flavorful food. It just depends on how you prepare it. It's just learning a little bit of how to tweak it. And we're going to talk more and more about that as we go along. Got in a meatloaf, a real healthy meatloaf, using a binder with some oatmeal and an egg. Still that extra lean hamburger meat. So still trying to watch how lean the meat is, but making sure that you prepare it so it's still healthy. Had a couple of meals out this week. You know, I have one more meal out than I usually like to have. I usually, like I told you before, only like to go out to eat maybe once on Saturday, once on Sunday. But had in one extra meal because we had some other things going on. So I got in that one extra meal. Wasn't happy about that, but you got to do what you got to do. So remember, you know, it's just being persistent and consistent. You know, if you have to have a meal out, you make the best choice you can make and just keep going. If you have a bad meal, you just have a bad meal. Don't make it a bad day, a bad week, or a bad month. Don't think, well, it's Tuesday, it's bad, I'll wait and I'll start over Monday. Don't do that. Keep going, keep pushing, don't stop. You know, as far as the challenges goes, you know, my challenges this week was getting the workouts in. You know, this past week, just trying to get all the workouts in and get everything done. You know, you know, most days it's just trying to make time for it. It's just like for the workout coming up today. This is day 1 of week 3. You know, trying to squeeze in a workout has been tough. A lot going on, taking care of clients, taking care of business stuff, and trying to find a time. And I know you probably do the same thing, but you got to make time for yourself. You know, you're not going to be able to accomplish anything if you don't do something. You know, you have a choice. You can either make excuses or find solutions. You know, I'm tired of making excuses, so I'm trying to find solutions, and I hope you are too. The other thing is, like I said a minute ago, was trying to get the cooking of the breakfast done. You know, I'm still getting up early enough in the morning to cook it, just haven't got motivated yet to start cooking. Hopefully that'll happen pretty quick. Goal next week, at least get in a couple of days of the breakfast cooking and work back into it from there. Now, one thing I have done this week that I didn't do last week is I am using protein shakes. So when I'm having the Ezekiel bread and peanut butter for breakfast, a couple hours later, in between the breakfast and lunch, what I'm doing is starting to add in a protein shake so that I'm getting my protein in like I would if I was cooking my eggs and oatmeal for breakfast. I'm at least getting the protein in. So I have made that adjustment this week where I didn't make last week. So I am getting more protein in from doing a protein shake. I just don't suggest that you use protein shakes all the time. I only like to use them supplementally and not as meals on a regular basis. It's better to have a protein shake than nothing at all, but it's better to have real food over doing the shakes. The other thing is just pushing through the workouts, you know, especially when you get stuck on a workout and it's been late in the day and the day is about done, you're ready to get home. You know, it's kind of hard to push through the workouts, but You know, you just got to suck it up and drive on. So, you know, keep going. That's been a challenge, just to kind of push through, being tired. But you always feel better when you're done. So just keep pushing at it. You know, once you're done, you've accomplished something, you can be proud of yourself. Keep going. You know, the other thing is, I'm still cutting back on the sweets. The sweets aren't totally gone yet. They'll probably never be totally gone. Just being honest, I'm still going to have something sweet now and then. But you know what? Life's short. You got to enjoy a little bit of it. Just don't splurge on it. So still cutting back the sweets. Just haven't cut them out completely. They're a lot less than they were. And hopefully next week they'll be even less than that. Just making better choices. And we'll talk about some of those other choices you can make that can be healthy sweets, like fruits to use instead of, you know, a piece of cake or a piece of pie. So there are different things you can do for that. You know, when you're doing your workouts, really try to pay attention to your form. Don't try to do a lot of sloppy repetitions. Try to do repetitions with good form. It's more important to get the form right first than to push on how many repetitions you can get. You know, if you do 15 repetitions with bad form, you're more likely to hurt yourself. So still continue to watch that form. Don't try to overdo. Make sure your form's good. Get that good, correct exercise movement, and then worry about building repetitions as you go. As far as the food goes, keep working at it. You know, find those right foods that work for you. It's not about a diet, it's about proper nutrition. So you got to find what works for you and how you can fit it into your lifestyle. You know, your lifestyle may be very different than mine. That's okay, because you just got to find what works for you. You can't find it if you don't look for it. So keep tweaking it, keep playing with it, keep going at it, and just see how fit you can get. And I'll see you next week.